Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that the harder you chase after someone or something, the more it seems to slip away? You double test, you plan everything, you bend over backwards to show how amazing you are, and instead of getting closer, they actually pull further away. And here is the crazy part. Feminine women who don't chase somehow end up getting more. More love, more attention, more effort, more everything. So what is the difference? Why is it that the women who lean back attract more while the ones who hustle it for it often get overlooked? Well, girls, that's exactly what I'm breaking down in this video, how to stop chasing and start attracting so you can finally feel valued, pursuing, and magnetic without burning yourself out. Hi girls, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Eva and I talk all about feminine energy, self-worth, and how to glow out from the inside out. And listen, I wasn't born with this figured it out. I had to learn it the hard way. But once I started learning about attraction, things like the psychology of scarcity, self perception theory, and even how our energy changes how people respond, everything shifted for me. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this. Because if I can go from burnout chaser to magnetic attractor, you absolutely can too. So let's break down why chasing never actually works. Because it feels like it should, right? We have been told our whole lives that if you want something, you gotta go after it, hustle harder, prove yourself, be available, show them you cared. But in relationships and attraction, that logic backfires. And here is why. When you chase, you're actually teaching people that your time, attention, and energy are cheap. You are showing them, I will do all the work, I'll keep proving myself, I will fight for a spot in your life, and human psychology is wired to value what we have to earn, not what we get for free. There is even research around this. Psychologists call it the scarcity principle. Basically, the harder something is to get, the more people want it. Think about it. When concert tickets are almost sold out, you want them even more. When that limited edition bag drops, people will line up around the block. Scarcity creates value. Now flip that around. When you are always available, always initiating, always proving, you don't feel rare or unique. You feel common. And what is common is easy to overlook. And let's be real, chasing also flips the dynamic. Instead of feeling pursued and desired, you end up in the masculine role of hunter. You are the one leading, planning, chasing, and convincing, while the other person gets to sit back and enjoy all the benefits without investing anything. And over time, that drains you. It leaves you feeling unappreciated because you are giving 100% while they are giving maybe 20. If you've been chasing and it feels like you're constantly exhausted but not appreciated, this is why it's not you, it's the pattern. So here is where things change, because if chasing doesn't work, what does? Well, attraction. But let me be clear, attraction doesn't mean sitting back doing nothing, and it definitely doesn't mean playing manipulative games like waiting 3 hours to text back or pretending you don't care. No, real attraction is about alignment. It's about the energy you carry, the way you see yourself, and how that naturally pulls the right people and opportunities towards you. Attraction says, I know my worth, I don't need to prove it. If something is for me, it will meet me halfway. And when you live in that mindset, everything shifts. Psychologists call this the self-perception theory. Psychologists call this the self-perception theory, and it basically says that people treat you based on the cues you give them about how you see yourself. If you're constantly chasing, over-explaining, and overgiving, the message is I don't think I'm enough unless I work for love. And people respond by believing it. They won't see you as rare or high value because you've already told them you aren't. But when you start valuing your time, setting standards, and leaning into your feminine energy, people will respond differently. Suddenly, they are showing up, putting in effort, and waiting to earn your presence. So now that we know that chasing doesn't work and attraction is the key, let's get into the how. I am going to give you 5 powerful shifts you can make starting today that will stop the exhausting cycle of chasing and help you step into your natural feminine magnetism. So, the first tip is shift from scarcity to abundance. One of the biggest reasons women chase is because deep down they believe love, men, or opportunities are scarce. And that mindset makes you cling tighter and overinvest way too soon. But here is the truth, there are billions of people on this planet. Opportunities are infinite. When you start acting from abundance, you stop putting one person or one situation on a pedestal. Psychologists have studied this too. A scarcity mindset narrows your focus and makes you overlook better options. But when you train yourself to believe in abundance, you naturally relax and that energy is attractive. The second tip is build your own life. Chasing often comes from boredom or emptiness. If your world revolves around waiting for someone to text, of course you will feel the urge to chase. The solution, fill your life so full that you don't even have time or energy to obsess over crumbs. Pour into your hobbies, your career, your fitness, your friendships. Feminine women who attract are busy blooming. They are not waiting by the phone. People are naturally drawn to those who have a strong sense of identity and fulfillment. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful shifts you can make, and is leaning into your feminine energy. When most women hear feminine energy, they think it means being weak, passive, or doing nothing, but that's not what it is at all. Feminine energy is about being open, receptive, and magnetic. It's about showing up with softness, warmth, and presence instead of constantly trying to control the outcome. Think about a dance. If both partners try to lead, it becomes chaotic. But when one leads and the other links back and flows with the rhythm, it's beautiful. That's exactly how feminine and masculine energy work in relationships. If you are always in control mode, always planning, always chasing, you're stepping into masculine energy. And while there is nothing wrong with that, because we all have both energies, it can throw off the polarity that creates real attraction. Now, leaning into feminine energy doesn't mean you give up your independence or your ambition. It simply means you allow yourself to receive as much as you give instead of feeling like you have to prove your worth. You hold space for others to step up. You let them invest in you, plan for you, and show up for you. And when you lean back into your feminine, it doesn't just change how others treat you, it changes how you feel. You stop running on anxiety and control, and you start flowing with trust and calm, and that's when you become magnetic. People are drawn to women who radiate ease, not women who radiate stress. Okay, and the last tip is sneaky because a lot of us don't even realize we are doing it, and it's over explaining. And yes, it's chasing energy in disguise because every time you feel the need to justify your choices, your boundaries, or you're not, what you're really saying is, please don't be mad at me. Please still accept me. Let me convince you that I'm worth respecting. And the truth is that convincing energy never attracts, it pushes people away. Plus, over explaining gives off love confidence energy. Humans are wired to read certainty in short, clear statements. The more you ramble, the less solid you seem. The last thing I want you to remember is chasing is exhausting and it almost never works because it flips the dynamic. You end up doing all the proving while the other person does the bare minimum. Feminine women don't get more because they beg for it, they get more because they stop chasing. They know their worth and they show up with energy that naturally attracts. When you lean back, when you hold your standards, when you stop over explaining and start trusting yourself, you send a signal that you are valuable and people respond to that energy. That's the difference between begging for attention and effortlessly commanding it. So that's all for today's video. I would love to hear your thoughts or even your own stories down in the comments. I always enjoy reading them. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And if topics like this resonate with you, I would love to invite you to subscribe to the channel and join our little community. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have an amazing day.